Welcome, Greater Carmel-by-the-Sea community. Chip Rarick, your City Administrator, Director of Emergency Services, and Chief Paul Tomasi, Director of all things safety related, and the Assistant Director of Emergency Services. How was your weekend, Paul?
Not too bad.
Good. Welcome back to another exciting episode. Today is Monday, the 23rd of March at about 10:04 in the afternoon. We got a little bit of a late start today. Had a kind of a big morning, really. Today's episode is oriented toward self-care and taking care of yourself. And we're going to start off with the fact that the governor on Saturday night signed another executive order. And it's still a statewide shelter in place. And what he did, the only real change is that he did not create an end date, which is interesting. The county quickly followed suit, and they too don't have an end date. So we're under the same statewide order and county order, so we're working through that. And presently, the council met in closed session this morning under the banner of threat to public services, and got some good information from myself and the executive team about what we're dealing with here. And then we also talked about self-care because it's so important. Again, there's so much information coming in about COVID-19. And it's really resulting in sensory overload, and we're hearing that people are very, they're upset, obviously, but they're just being bombarded with information. So our message is to take some time for yourself. Step away from the fray, step away from the media circus, step away from social media, and maybe just check it a few times a day rather than hourly or every 30 minutes or something. Read a book, take a walk, get outside, talk to some friends on the phone, maintain good social distancing, but take some time for self-care. The other thing I recently did, actually about 17 minutes ago at 3:37, in response to the potential for an eviction crisis, I signed, under my authority, Order 20-01, which is a temporary moratorium on the eviction for non-payment of rent by any residential or commercial tenant. This is, again, under the banner of my authority, based on the emergency that we have in place for almost 2 weeks now. And this runs through May 31st of this year, unless the governor extends his own order to the same effect. So that's what I did this morning. What did you do, Paul?
Well, a little bit this weekend and a little bit this morning is we're getting a number of complaints about gatherings on the beach, people not obeying the 6-foot distance of social distancing. And this is a request to the public, really, for your help. We're working hard to get everyone to comply with the order set forth by the county and the governor. But really with social distancing, it's a social responsibility. That's the way we look at it. Everyone has a responsibility to stay healthy and to obey this order. The police can go out and we can yell and we can ask and we can write tickets, but we really don't want to have to do that. We're relying on the community to just take some responsibility in this. And a good way to think of it is that our doctors and nurses and other healthcare providers are really counting on us. Mm-hmm. They need us to stay healthy so they can treat those that are sick. So it's a little bit of what we're asking for is just, hey, be careful, stay apart, and don't gather in groups and help slow the spread of this virus.
It's kind of a new social compact, right? You stop at stoplights. You don't murder people. You try to maintain some distance from each other right now.
Yeah.
And preclude public gatherings, especially on our beach. And again, what we're having there is we have, and I told Paul not to make fun of millennials, but we have some younger folks in the village who are congregating in larger groups, and it's just not healthy right now. So we need to kind of stifle that.
Not healthy at all. But speaking of millennials, our police officer president of our Police Officers Association has gotten together with our peace officers, and they came up with this little letter and their effort to help the community. So I'd like to just read a couple paragraphs.
Please.
And that's our president, Joe Martis of our Police Officers Association, wrote this. He said, the CPOA is committed to doing our part to help support our business community in their time of need, as they do while providing goods and services day in and day out to both residents and visitors alike. In line with that commitment, we want to act upon our value of community stewardship and help provide some relief to our local restaurants that remain open by utilizing them for meals to go. Of course, to go only. And beginning this past Saturday, the POA is purchasing to-go meals for all of our members during their shifts, with the intent of providing both necessary transactions to help support our local economy and to ensure that our on-duty members have a fresh local meal as they serve the needs of our wonderful community members during a challenging time in our history. I think that's a nice way to, work with the community and help the the businesses in our community.
It really is, and that's something that the CRA has been pushing for the last week, and local businesses. And I think it's just good to help out. I think it's again good. It's part of the social compact. I think it's good to look out for each other. And by the way, Chief, remember that the policy that the council has in place regarding the beach fire devices says they're not reinstalled until May 15th. Mm-hmm. And again, we'll be looking at that very closely, but I think it's very unlikely they'll be going out in May because of COVID-19. So we'll be tracking that. We'll be keeping you apprised of our decisions on that, my decision on that. So thank you. Great information. It's going to rain the next couple of days. So while you have the chance, stay calm, take some time for yourself, be kind, breathe, wash your hands, and what's the last thing we always say?
Take good care.
Thank you. Thank you.